It's so funny because I've been in a really good headspace about this for days and days and days. But the day I go to film this update, I'm feeling emotional for the first time, really. So that's just how it goes sometimes, isn't it? But there's no need to beat around the bush. If you are here, if you've read the title, you know what has happened. I have been laid off from work. It's been almost 3 weeks. I really haven't had a lot of time to process it at all. I was laid off and then I had a ballroom dancing competition that I was competing in. And while I was at the competition, Winter Storm Fern hit Nashville and I had to figure out how to get home. My mom was also here watching my dog while I was at the competition. And so she was iced in with me for a while longer than planned. And then the day that she left, I started to get sick. Now we're to this week and it is Thursday today. So it is really the first week where I have had like a quote unquote normal unemployed week where I've really felt the effects of not having that 9 to 5 schedule, because all my other weeks before this were out of whack. So I had like 2 weeks where things were not what they would typically be. I don't know, like I said, I was doing really well. I was feeling excited for what was to come next. I was really like, I'd come to terms with the fact that this happened and I was like, okay, now like let me work towards the next thing, and was really focused on that. And I think today was the first day that I got emotional about the fact that I was laid off. Definitely the day of also. Even though I kind of anticipated that it was happening just based on the way the meeting showed up on my calendar, I still was like fighting back, trying not to get emotional on the actual meeting. Yeah, I had some thoughts, I had some feelings, I had some tears shed once I got off the call. And I think today was the only other day that I've shed tears over it. And I think it's just the fact that even though I am feeling so hopeful for what's to come and I'm actually feeling excited for what's to come, there is something that is still inherently destabilizing about getting laid off. It takes away some of your sense of security and comfort. And I think security and comfort are two things that I hold on to really tightly. So I think it's just coming to terms with the fact of like, okay, yeah, I am laid off. I don't have a job and I do need to make an income. Let's just get into what is next, because I think that is one of the most exciting parts of this video and about this stage in life. This is a redirection and it's a chance to pursue some dreams that I've had for a while that I've been putting on the back burner. And I don't want to jump into another role just because I'm afraid of not having income. I do not want to have this scarcity and this fear-based mindset. I want to believe that I have the experience and the willpower and the drive to actually, make some of these dreams come to fruition. I have to believe in the timing of this and that being laid off happened for a reason and that this is the time to do what I've been wanting to do. If you are new here, I typically post content about books and author-tube related content. I love to read and I am currently writing my own work. And so one thing that I want to do during this time of being laid off is I want to work on my novel. The last time I checked in with you guys, I was working on a contemporary romance novel. I've actually shelved that project and I have started a new YA romantasy book, and I see so much potential for this. I have it mapped out to be a trilogy and I feel so like lit up about this project because it's the story I want to read and it doesn't exist yet. And I can bring it to the world, and I also feel like there is like mainstream appeal for this. I think it could do really well. And so I love the idea of really leaning in heavily during this next season and working on this book. That also includes posting content about it. If you look at the last couple months on this channel, there's been no videos. Work got really chaotic towards the end, and I really made the conscious choice to step back from some of my side hustles, some of my side projects, because I wanted to give work my all, and I knew that to do it well, I had to give it my all. And I'm so, so glad that I did that because it helped eliminate some of the self-doubt when this layoff happened, because I knew that I tried my hardest to make this role work. I knew I gave it everything I had, and I didn't have to worry about whether my attention was split or whether I could have done more. It gave me so much peace of mind. But now I get to go back to pouring into some of the things that I love, some of my hobbies, and that is also creating the content around writing and just creating a community of writers here. So it's also ironic timing that this happened because earlier last year, while I was still working full-time, I decided to purchase the developmental editing of fiction course through the Editorial Freelancers Association. And I was starting that even when I had my full-time role, before I had to like kind of press pause on some projects. And I knew that getting into book editing was something I really felt passionately about. Working in publishing is something I've wanted to do since I was a child. I remember when I was little and my grandpa bought me this book on book publishing that I really wanted, and I think I still have it somewhere in my mom's house. But this is like a deep-seated dream. This is something that I feel aligns so truly with who I am at my core. And so I want to finish this developmental editing course. I want to work with some romance authors to gain some experience. I think that is my main goal for how to create income for myself in this next season of life. And I know it won't happen overnight. Like, building a business isn't easy, especially when I'm pivoting. And it is a pivot as far as industry, but I do feel like my previous experience lends so well to this type of work, because I started my corporate career as a blog editor for a health and wellness company. And while I was there, I actually edited 2 nonfiction books. I did mostly copy editing. In college, I edited for a newspaper. I was the copy chief of an arts and culture magazine. And even since some of this more editing experience, I've been working as a marketing copywriter. And so I've been writing and delving into storytelling, more so in the way of how you can, create conversions. And oh my gosh, has the lighting been like this the whole time? Okay, I just had to close the blinds a little bit so I didn't have all those lines on my face. As I was saying, I do think that experience lends itself so well to wanting to get into book editing, because I have a ton of copy editing experience. So it's really just working and proving out that I can do effective and helpful developmental editing, because those are really the 3 main services I want to offer: is developmental editing, manuscript assessments, and copy editing. Maybe eventually getting into line editing, but I don't want to start there. So those are my 2 big goals, is to work on my own novel and create content here around it, and to break into the developmental editing business, and to not have to get another full-time role. I know that there is a chance that could happen if I can't build income quickly enough from this business, but I am prepared to have a significant cut in my income for a while. I just can't go on forever. Like, I don't have years to build this income, but I'm hoping that in the next maybe 6 months, I can have a proof of concept. I can create some income to show to myself that this is feasible, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I genuinely would love to keep you guys updated on this process and just be real and vulnerable about unemployment life, and also creating a dream business around books. And I hope that's of interest to you guys. I know I typically talk about reading books and writing books, but I think that this could be a fun little mini series on the channel too. I think that's all I really wanted to say for today. I just wanted to give you guys this update. I wanted to show up authentically, and I also just wanted to encourage anybody who maybe has been laid off that there is hope, that you will find work, that you're not alone. And I know that it can feel destabilizing and it can feel scary, and it can be difficult to deal with uncertainty, but this is just a season. You're going to get through it, and you are not alone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this. I hope you took something away from this video. If you have any encouragement for my dreams and my business plans, Let me know in the comments below. I'm open to any and all advice. Good things are ahead. Good things are ahead. I believe that so wholeheartedly.